Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to an announcement video. I am Sylphin, and in this video, we're taking a very quick look, because it's quite short, at the version 3.0 update patch notes. It's fairly short, but some interesting changes nonetheless. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, it's a very small update with some skins and some other things as well. So here is the Grux Ruby Scarab skin, one of the coolest skins to be added to the game, in my opinion. Just look at the red and the very beetle-like kind of rounded sort of, well, you can see the triangular shape of the head there. Very cool, very nice skin there. They kind of didn't do very much with the Ziggy and Scorch Fireball skin, but nice purple, not much red to go with the Fireball, but the cool skin nonetheless. And I love this Inquisitor skin for Gideon. That is really, really cool. I would be very happy to play Gideon with this skin. I think this, I don't know, it makes him more like fierce, makes him more like just more scary on the battlefield. When you see this, you know, flying towards you, I certainly would be scared. A big change happening to Gideon, something that I have wanted ever since I saw it. As you can see here, this very short GIF, he has been given his Meteor. So now Gideon's Cosmic Rift has been changed a fair amount, and now it's just a single meteor that you see right here that comes out of the rift and deals damage. Of course, it doesn't come up above him and fly like this. It kind of, it's the same thing. It kind of appears above where you put it on the ground, and then it kind of goes straight down. So, and then there's some small card changes as well that we will look into. So here's the actual notes, ladies and gentlemen. The bots no longer will just run by you and not notice you at all, and which is a good change. I'm surprised that, yeah, these kind of things are still happening in the game, to be honest with you. Some collision geometry has been fixed, and yeah, so you can, AI won't get stuck and you won't fall through the map. Some big things, though, here with the cards, however. When you get starter health mana potions and rare potions of the same regen type, you can't activate them at the same time. So if you have a starter health potion and one of those special health or mana kind of, not over time, but instant, at like when they affect instantly with an 85 health, I believe, you can't do that at the same time. So that will be very interesting. So the instant cast ones, I would do that one first, and then I would do the starter mana potion, so you can get that first initial big, well, relatively small boost of health or mana, and then you can get the regen after that, instead of waiting for the regen to be done and then using that other one. Fairly big changes, though, from the very two interesting cards that I've really wanted to give a shot here in some builds. Haven't really gotten around to it, so stay tuned for those. So the Hydroversor, they said it in the video, I forget how they said it. Increase the damage based on current mana from 5% to 7%. I thought 5% wasn't that much, but if you really focused on mana, I think like 5% was like, it was gonna be okay. Like anywhere from 60 to 100 energy damage, but now that 7% is really going to boost that quite a bit. So if it used to be 60, oh goodness, 80. So that's going to be a nice, healthy boost. Definitely going to make me think more heavily on putting that and just kind of using it for that damage increase. The Trader's Touch, though, I kind of saw this coming. Reduced passive damage based on enemy players' current health from 5% to 3%. People who, you know, put this in their build with a lot of attack speed, that's 5% every single time you strike the enemy. If you do 5 attacks in 2.5 seconds, that's like in 5 seconds, in like a 7.5 second team fight, 10-second team fight, that's 20 hits. That's 50% of your health just from this passive. That's a little too much, if you ask me. So that feels a little bit more right. We're gonna have to see exactly how that feels in game, but that seems to me a little more, just a little bit more appropriate. Battle mantra with status bars. Okay, stats. Add a new decal for stasis gem, and cool. So matchmaking improved. Quick chat description in draft lobby when selecting any lane role. Okay, fixed a bug where players would sometimes fail to get their hero if they locked in too quickly. Yes, I've definitely occurred that where you're like, come on, lock in, and then you don't get it because it would like hiccup, and then you'd be clicking on it, nothing would happen, and then you'd just be like, you'd pause, you'd wait, and then you'd click it, and then it would go. So that's nice, especially if you're racing for somebody to to get a hero. Some little HUD UI things, nothing that really kind of stuck out to me. The audio, okay, but here is some very nice changes here for some heroes. Heroes affected by movement speed steroids now have attached visual effects, so that's very nice. It was sometimes hard to when you're really kind of focused on doing something to see that tiny little icon right that appears above your health and mana bar. To indicate that you have a buff or a debuff. So now there's going to be actual visual effects when on your characters that will help quite a bit. Decker sprint mode animation been adjusted. No longer interrupted once casted for gadgets seek and destroy. Interrupted once activated. So I'm not sure if they mean activated as in when you throw it, or when it actually kind of and then kind of does its thing. Not sure which one they mean. Either or, I don't think it should be interrupted, so that's a good change. Gideon, big changes here. He's getting some love, and it's nice to see. So, obviously that skin has been added. The torn space, distance teleported is now reflected in the tooltip. You didn't really get that information, so that's very nice to see that actually changes, so that new players can realize that it does in fact change. Cosmic Rift. So because now there's the meteor, the area effect has been reduced because all of the ability damage is applied in that one meteor impact right off the bat. No adjustment to the damage when you upgrade it or the overall damage. It's now just all of that damage that it used to do over time is now this one big nuke that has been added to the game. Meteor visualization changed to match new gameplay. So why do they reduce the area of effect? Simply because it's much easier to get all of the damage of the ability off on the enemy, because I mean, in the video that they released, it seems pretty instant. Like the meteor comes through the rift pretty damn quick. So I don't know, half a second, a quarter of a second delay between when you activate it and when it actually hits. So because it's so much more reliable to actually get that damage, all of that damage that used to be over time into one single hit, they have to reduce the area of effect just to make it, keep that skill cap of the ability, just the skill cap of the ability in check, so that you're not doing all of that damage in a huge, massive area. So that is a very appropriate change. I really like it. It's going to be really cool to see that in action. Burden, the movement slow is now reflected in tooltip. I always found his abilities to kind of be like, huh? What's happening? Black hole, initial cast time reduced from 1 second to 5 seconds. My recall memory is pretty damn good. So, yes, I would definitely recall that, the time that it takes him to leap into the air and then actually start the black hole seems like a little... Come on, Gideon. Come on. You can, teleport through space and time instantly. But you can't leap into the air and start into... Anyways, that seems appropriate, so this will be certainly nice to get, when you actually do take the time to position yourself correctly for a black hole, you'll be much more rewarded for that in this scenario. So that's nice to see indeed. And then some bugs and fixes. Gideon could charge his sprint during Burden's tether period. Yes, It is a ability over time, so you shouldn't be able to charge or sprint while you have an ability active. Gideon could teleport through environmental geometry using torn space. I don't see why that's an issue. I mean, think of the physics behind it. He's not actually traveling through space, so the space in between his teleports don't really matter. So he should be able to travel through geometry. I don't really like that, but oh well. Sound FX added for recall, taunt, and level start animations. Cool. Greystone, Little Bug, Grux, the skin, Iggy and Scorch, the skin, Bugs fix. Deal slightly more damage and reflect in the tooltip. Well, that's not good. That's a good change there. And the other big thing was with the global lock-on, long-range lock-on ultimates like Kalari, Muriel, and I believe Grim. I think he's been changed here. I don't think so, but looks like just Kalari and Muriel were changed. The targeting of nearby enemies and allies in terms of Muriel, you can see here, the targeting has been improved. They don't say how, so we'll have to see. I would much rather them just change how health bars are shown to you on your screen. Like when you look across the map and you see allies and enemies fighting each other across the map, I would much rather them fix how they are layered on top of each other, and it's just a total gong show. I'd much rather them improve that, but this will still help, and I'm interested to see how that has been changed. Crippling dagger movement slow is now reflected in tooltip. More information is always better. Chimera, improved targeting of enemy players. Ambush, yes. I believe my beginner's guide, I did have a few times where I leapt to the wrong enemy, so that was good. I have to see how that pans out again. Murdoch, a bug, Muriel, consecrated ground. I really, really like this. I just did a Muriel rapid shield healer build guide, so I like this a lot. She seems pretty strong already, but hey, I'll take it. Improved targeting nearby allies for her ultimate. Yes, 2 or 3 times I teleported to the wrong person because the stupid health bars across the map were overlapping, and the low health target wasn't, presented first. Oh, they really got to fix that. Richter shock therapy can now be cancelled by reactivating the ability. Nice. And movement slow is now reflected. Very nice. And some more bugs. And some more bugs. So there you guys have it. There's a very small little patch with some very nice changes for Gideon. Some nice little improvements. Lifestyle changes for Muriel, Kalari. Nice to see. What do you guys think of these skins? You know what? I really, really, really like this Grux skin. I think it's really, really cool. I really like it. But something about this Gideon Inquisitor skin, something about it, it screams to me. It's talking to me. It really is. There you guys have it. Let me know down what you think in the comment section below. What do you think about all the things that we talked about here? Looks like some good changes, some interesting changes, and hopefully that means for better gameplay. If you liked the video, like it. Dislike it if you dislike. Please share it with the community, and of course, subscribe. I have lots of content coming, so if you liked the video, if you found it helpful, I want to be there for you in the future. Until next time, like always, take care.